We're doing baked sliced apples a special way. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today we're going to do baked sliced apples with cinnamon and sugar, and they're just as good as they can be, and you're going to love them. Grab your pen and paper. Here come the ingredients. 4 apples or more, depending on how big or little your apples are and how many people you have to feed. These are average to small, so I really needed about 6 when I did it. You'll need some lemon juice, sugar, and cinnamon. Cutting board's always nice, vegetable peeler, and a knife. Oh, and don't forget to have a nice Ziploc bag. First thing I want to show you is how to peel, cut, core, and slice an apple. So you take a vegetable peeler, take an apple, and go kind of rough, but don't take your thumb off. And once you get started, it goes pretty quick. And you just keep rotating it with your finger, and then go for the top. And if you come across any soft brown parts, you can just keep scraping like you do when you hit some nasty vegetables. Then turn it over, go down the side. Now tell me you could do it this fast with a paring knife and going around like a snake in a circle. That's it. Then get your knife and slide things over. I'm sure there's going to be some whang, so don't worry. Okay, so we're going to cut that in half and cut that in half. Then cut that little part off, cut this end part off, and kind of cut in the middle in a U shape. Now this cutting, take your fingers, curve them around like a bear claw, and they're actually curved backwards. You rest your knife against your middle finger, your nice one, and you just come down, slightly move your fingers, come down, and this way with your fingers going backwards, you will not cut them. And when you get to the end, you can carefully do that one that's by your thumb. Now, here's where your lemon juice comes in. You'll need a good few splashes of lemon juice. If you just have these 4 like this small, a couple will do. What's the lemon juice for, Jim? Well, apples have that weird chemical makeup, kind of like potatoes turning that rusty orange, and also fan out your apples. And when you get the apples into the lemon juice, it's kind of like fruit fresh. It keeps them from turning brown. And that's nasty. The brown, not the nice. So you just continue. Cut the core out in a U shape. Get your bear claw. Get on the edge. And see how easy that is? And it takes a little bit of practice, but you got it. Now, we'll get this end, that end. I should have cut that in. I don't have to show all this, but we'll see. Anyway, get that off, and then your thumb part, and this last one. Cut your core out there, do your bear claw. Some of those at the beginning were a little thick, but you just grab them, and I got a core in there. You grab them and fan them out and quickly toss them in here to this lemon juice so they don't turn brown, because again, that's gross. Shake them all around. Now, mine are ready, so I'm going to stop here. What you need is half a cup of sugar and about 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. That's your ½ tablespoon measure, and you mix those together. And by the way, for my diabetic friends, you can absolutely use the Splenda sugar blend. Instead of ½ a cup, you use 1/4 of a cup because it's twice as sweet. Then, once you've mixed them together, like in a small bowl or something, you pour it into your apple slices. Here are mine, and when you get it in there, you push it all around, and you just make sure that it gets nice and mixed. And then your next step is to close your Ziploc, put it in your refrigerator, let it sit for 30 minutes or even a few hours. And as Julia would say, it'll extrude juices. And see all this brown juice here? That cinnamon and sugar? That's just wonderful. So preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Get a small, deep baking dish. Put half a stick of butter in it and put it in the oven while it's preheating so it'll melt. Then you go for your baking dish, which has your melted butter. And that's practically ready. So here are my apple slices, and they've been sitting in the refrigerator for probably about 2.5 hours. You just pour all this goodness right in. Be careful. I was a little careless. You could get whang. But you want all that juice. And then you just kind of stir it around and get that butter mixed in. That's where your goodness is. And see, you have a shallow dish so that all these juices will kind of act like a nice little flavor gravy and make these wonderful. Take a look. Ooh, look at that juice. Yummo. Put this in your 350 degree oven for roughly 30 minutes. Julia says 20. 20 was not enough and 30 was pushing it. You want them to be tender but not mushy. So you can check at 20 and you may need to go as much as 40. Here they are. It has been 30 minutes for mine and they are just tender and smell like Christmas. Kind of cinnamon and sugar. And I'm going to show this to you. Look at that and see all that juice. That's going to be great. And it'll be great for the apple turnovers that we're doing on Thursday. It would go into pies. These would also be great in an apple cobbler, which is kind of a twist in itself because normally you have your cherry, you have your peach. Write in the comments below about what you would use this for because there are so many different uses. Or if you just want to eat it with a spoon, yummo. Remember when you're cooking this goodness that you want to stir it in the oven about every 10 minutes. This is a simple snack, or it can be made into a fancy dessert. It just depends on what you're doing. I have a piece of my wedding china here. Look at that beauty. So, you start and put a nice serving of your apple slices on here. Maybe nicer than that. Then, from our wonderful cinnamon sugar crust strips video, you get a couple of these strips, break them, you can lay them around, make a design, whatever. Look at that. You can put one in the middle. You can just crumble them all over the top. It doesn't matter. And then, guess what? If that wasn't enough, you get your Ready Whip. There you go. You can make, look at that. I'm a chef and I didn't even know it. Now who would believe this was just a simple, ordinary, sliced baked apple with cinnamon and sugar. But you dive into that and you think, thank you, Jesus, because that's just wonderful. If you like this recipe for delicious baked sliced apples with cinnamon, sugar, and butter, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experiences with this recipe, such that it is, or what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me. We're doing baked sliced apples with a twist. It's not a twist. You'll need that shallow dish. It's not shallow. Well, flopper. If you like this video for delicious what? At any rate, I'm crazy, it's late. This is a new bottle.